the out half position is one that we've seen players be able to do into their mid to late 30s at club level. So you've got, you're kind of entering the sweet spot of your career now where you have all that experience behind you. You've got the bunch of different rugby environments. You're a seasoned international, and you fully understand exactly what you need to do to put yourself in a position to succeed. So what are your own personal goals? Like what do you want to do? What do you want to do with the rest of your rugby career?
My number one goal is still to play for Ireland. It always has been. Like when I left Leinster, it was to become a better out half, to be able to perform for Ireland, and that is no different. And what I'm working on with Pat over in Bristol is to be the best rugby player I can be for the team in Bristol, and my role over there is to do that. And if I'm doing that really well in the Premiership next year, obviously selection's out of my hands, but it'd still be my ultimate goal to come back and play for Ireland.
Does that mean coming back to Ireland at some point and play within the system? Like, I know Pat Lam was saying you've just signed a long-term deal with Bristol, so obviously for the foreseeable future, for the next couple of seasons, that's off the cards. But to put yourself in a position where, like, the Irish provinces are going, we really need to get this guy over here. Yeah,
and that's ultimately over to me. I need to be playing really, really well for them to be looking at me going, we need that guy in our team. So, I've had a long road over the last 3 years. It's been pretty frustrating for me. I had a year after the World Cup where Johnny was back in Leinster and I was, mainly sitting on the bench. Then went to France, and the majority of that year was pretty frustrating, especially when I announced mid-season that I was, going to be moving on. I was very much pushed to the side then, and then a year in the Championship as well. So I've been sitting on that for the last 3 years, and I'm now in a situation where I've got a great coach in a really good team, one that I feel really comfortable in. So I feel like it's teed up for me now this year. So it's just about taking that opportunity and playing as best as I can.
What are you feeling when you're watching Leinster and Ireland and watching them succeed so widely?
Happiness. It was tough initially when I was first away from the Leinster team or the Irish team, and you're looking in and you're just used to being a part of that. You're just kind of watching. You're just kind of feeling a bit numb, I suppose. You're certainly not cheering the other team on or anything like that. But then as time goes on, I'm still a big Leinster supporter, and grew up supporting the team, and obviously so passionate about Ireland. So I watch the games, cheer the guys on, and be texting them before the games, wish them the best of luck, and it's great to see Leinster and Ireland getting the success they did this year, and it was well deserved.
It's funny because Sexton's obviously at some point in the next couple of years going to be coming to the natural end of his career, and at that point there's going to be the incumbent number 2 at Leinster. There's obviously the Joey Carbery situation, and clearly there'll be a role there for somebody else to come in and fulfil. And if you are the best out half who is Irish qualified over the next couple of years, you can see that being a fairly natural thing that happens. But that would also, to be able even to be thinking like that or talking like that, that's like it's wishing away your life to a point where you won't actually be able to fulfil it. So there's that old awful sports cliche of making sure that you're doing the business right now is something that you've got to look after. So it's a weird situation to be in a bit.
Yeah,
which would all be fixed if they would just pick people who played in England and France.
They still might. I think for me it's very much, as you said, living in the now and doing as best as I can with the current hand that I've been dealt.